Yo, what's going on, guys? Chadley here, and today we're going to be talking about a new cartel weapon, and that is the grease trap. Now, I haven't heard too many people talking about this weapon so far, and the times that I've had, everybody has seemed to not really enjoy this weapon, which is very interesting to me. This gun does a ton of damage, especially once you get the right anointment on it, and like I've said in the past, for Mayhem 10, you're going to need these good anointments. That's just how endgame is going to work now in 2.0. So once you get a grease trap with a good anointment, it's pretty easy. So this gun comes from the tenderizer and roaster in the cartel event, and we have one more week to farm that. So if you guys haven't gotten any of the cartel weapons in the versions you want, definitely go and take the time to farm them during this next week. But otherwise, what this gun does is it has a fire mode called Fire Starter and a fire mode called Hot Grease. So the main way you're going to be using this weapon is you switch to hot grease, and when you shoot it, it's going to shoot this kind of like volley spread of a random number of pellets of this grease. And once you shoot that on an enemy, you're going to swap back to fire starter and shoot the fireball at him, and the enemy is going to explode and it's going to deal a ton of damage. And something else to note that you guys probably noticed there, this is a Malawan weapon with no charge time. I'm just clicking right now and it's automatically firing. So that is really cool to see because I'm definitely not a fan of charge time on weapons. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. And like I said, on Amara, it's a very deadly combo. So we're going to go ahead and throw this dash commando up, switch to hot grease, and you can see the grease even does a lot of damage. And then there is the explosion off of one of those. You can do several million damage with the explosion on him. I would have done more if he didn't take so much from the hot grease because of the anointment I have. So right here, I greased him, and we did 4 mil in there on top of our bonus elements and all that stuff. And then you get Remnant in there with it, and we just one-shot him with the grease. So with Amara, this is seriously a very deadly combo. And right there, we were just using the hot grease, and that was able to kind of just melt through him. Normally, on some of the other characters, it's not going to work as well, just because you can't swap weapon modes and stuff like that quite as fast. But here on Amara, it is a very, very good weapon. As you can see, we can just fly through some of these enemies, and the remnant orbs that you get off this gun are insane. So something I wanted to try to see if the hot grease would spread to the other enemies a part of the ties that bind, and it unfortunately does not, which is a little sad to see. I would have thought that how it would have worked, considering the It's Piss does that, and this seems to give like a similar effect to It's Piss in terms of like the animation, but unfortunately it does not travel to everybody else. But that's quite all right. The damage that you are going to do to the initial target with ties that bind is going to just absolutely murder everything in the ties. Here, we'll put up this frostbite heavy here, and that was just the grease. While we have people tied, it's going to do so much damage. And even without, like, you can kind of tear through some people. And he ended up getting shielded there. But it's not really going to matter. We can just spray through. Obviously, Amara is going to do elemental weapons very well. And that's why it's such a deadly combo with her. So clearly, you guys were able to see that this thing is actually a mobbing beast. So let's go ahead and see how it does against a boss. I don't think it's going to do very well on some bigger bosses, so we're just going to do one of the smaller bosses, Gigamind. He just has a shield and health, so this should be pretty easy to test on. Also, I should note, I was using bonus shock and corrosive there. I had not switched. If I was using bonus incendiary in that mix, we actually would have been doing even more damage, which is pretty crazy to see. But right now, let's go ahead and test this on Gigamind. We're going to just kind of spray that on him and wait for him to kind of turn. I didn't get the crit, but even just that took out his shield in one go. And now he hit that little spot where he kind of loses a giant chunk of health. And then once he stops the shield, we'll do some more grease and probably just fly through, swapping between them. So it's definitely not the worst gun I've ever seen. There are a lot of base game weapons that ever since being scaled to M10 can't even come close to that. So this is a different option if you guys are looking for some variety out of kind of the main 6 or 7 weapon meta that we're kind of stuck in right now. So this is definitely a new one you can use from the event. But I would mainly just stick to using this for mobs, and I would mainly use it on Amara. I'm sure Mo's could get some pretty decent use because Scrappy is going to help her with her like weapon swap and mode speed stuff. And then also she has that fire damage bonus. So I would definitely stick to Mo's and Amara for this weapon, but I'm sure Zane and Flak could definitely get some good use out of it as well. So yeah guys, that's going to wrap it up for this weapon review on the Grease Trap. Like I said, if you guys want to get your hands on this, go farm the Tenderizer and Roaster. They're going to drop this for you in the Cartel event. And then if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it to let me know. If you guys want to see more Borderlands content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't be afraid to come say hi over on Twitch. We've been having a great time over there. But otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.